Chosen one. This message is not for everyone, and I need you to understand that from the very beginning. Only those who truly walk in the divine path of God should continue watching. If someone's spirit is not aligned with heaven, they will not feel drawn to this message, and they will not understand the weight of what is about to be revealed. But you are here because your soul recognized the call before your mind even realized what was happening. This is a message sent directly to you, at the exact moment you needed it, and it will shift something deep inside your spirit if you stay until the end. Chosen one. God has whispered something about you that most people around you would never believe. But heaven knows who you are. Your soul remembers who you are, and this message will remind you of what the world has tried to make you forget. Before we go deeper, I want you to comment 777 if your spirit can already feel that this is a divine confirmation meant for you. Your response is not just engagement, it is an act of agreement with the realm of heaven. Make sure you subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this message with those who walk in the light. Now breathe, open your heart, and listen closely. What God is about to reveal will change how you see yourself forever.
Dear Chosen One, are you walking the path of God but feeling a lack of guidance? Do you feel alone and isolated and want to know why God is doing this to you? We have built a community for the 144,000 chosen ones where you can watch our premium videos, get daily newsletters and prayer techniques to connect with God more deeply. You can also read blog posts and receive free ebooks to learn more about your journey. It will be your guide to walk the path of God and lead a life of faith and wisdom. More than 1,000 brothers and sisters have already joined, so don't miss out on today's daily guidance. Check out the link in the video description and join the 144,000 Chosen One community right now.
The divine revelation of your true identity. Chosen one. There is a truth heaven has been trying to reveal to you. A truth that your spirit has always sensed, but your mind has struggled to fully accept. You are not like the people around you, and you have never been meant to fit into the patterns, expectations, or limitations of this world. From the moment you entered this life, God placed something within you that could never be explained by logic alone. It is a divine signature, a heavenly imprint, a spiritual mark that separates you from the ordinary. You carry the essence of something ancient, something pure, something powerful. And today, you need to hear clearly what God has been saying all along. You are an angel in human form, walking a path that very few will ever understand. This is not meant to inflate your ego or make you feel superior. It is meant to awaken you to your identity so you can finally understand why your life has unfolded the way it has. Angels sent in human form do not come to take up space. They come to fulfill assignments. They come to shift atmospheres. They come to influence destiny. They come to disrupt darkness. They come to rescue souls. They come to remind humanity of God's presence even when the world forgets. Your identity explains the restlessness you have always carried. You have lived with a deep sense of purpose even when you could not describe it. You felt guided, protected, and warned in ways that defy explanation. You survived battles that should have destroyed you. You walked away from situations that were designed to break you. You healed from wounds others never recover from. These are not coincidences. These are signatures of an angelic soul living through a human experience while being guided every step of the way. Chosen one. God has allowed you to experience life in a manner that would train you for your mission. Angels in human form are not born into ease. They are born into preparation. This preparation often feels like isolation, misunderstanding, rejection, or early suffering. It feels like you are being forged in spiritual fire. but heaven sees what you have endured, and heaven has never remained silent about who you truly are. God has been whispering your identity to you since childhood. You just didn't have the language to describe what your spirit already knew. Remember those moments when you walked into a room and felt everything shift? You sensed the emotions of others instantly. You felt the heaviness, the chaos, the fear, or the peace around you as if it were your own. That is because your spirit is sensitive at a heavenly level. Angels are guardians of light, and when they enter spaces filled with confusion or spiritual darkness, everything within them reacts. You have lived your whole life reacting to energies that others cannot perceive. You have felt burdens no one else acknowledged. You have sensed danger before danger appeared. You have known truths without being told. These are not human traits alone. These are angelic sensitivities operating through your human vessel. You carry a compassion that does not make sense. Even when people hurt you, even when you are betrayed, even when you are misunderstood, your heart remains open. You forgive in ways others cannot comprehend. You love deeply, and your presence brings warmth. Angels in human form are healers without trying to be. Their presence calms storms. Their words bring clarity. Their silence brings awareness. People feel safe around you without knowing why. People come to you with their pain, their secrets, their confusion, because your spirit feels like home. You have always been a refuge for others, even when you were broken yourself. Chosen one. Your identity is also the reason you feel different from your own family. Many chosen ones feel like strangers in their own households. They see differently. They feel differently. They understand life from a divine angle rather than an earthly one. You may have been the child who asked spiritual questions no one else thought about, the one who sensed danger before it happened, the one who refused to follow the patterns of those around you. This difference was never a flaw. It was evidence of your assignment. You were sent here with knowledge that could only activate when the time was right. And now, your spirit is awakening because heaven is unlocking memories hidden within you, not memories of this lifetime, but ancient spiritual impressions carried through divine design. Angels sent into human form often experience moments where they feel older than their age, wiser than their years, or emotionally distant from worldly concerns. This is because your soul has existed in spiritual environments long before you were born on earth. This identity explains your sensitivity to injustice. You cannot tolerate cruelty, manipulation, or dishonesty. Your spirit reacts strongly to environments where truth is ignored and evil is tolerated. Angels were created to reflect God's order, truth, and purity. So when you encounter chaos or deception, your spirit rises against it. That inner resistance is not human frustration alone, it is angelic conscience. Chosen one. This revelation also explains your supernatural resilience. You have survived storms that would have drowned others. You came out of battles stronger instead of broken. Even when you hit rock bottom, something within you refused to stay down. You rose again and again because your strength is not human alone. Angels carry strength that the physical world cannot measure. Even in a human vessel, that spiritual power manifests in your endurance, your bravery, and your ability to keep going despite all odds. Pay attention to your dreams. Angels in human form are frequently visited by other angelic beings in dreams. They receive warnings, instructions, or comfort in the night. They see symbols, light, or feel presence around them. They often wake up with a message they didn't ask for. God communicates with them directly because their assignment requires guidance that ordinary people do not need. You have experienced this, and you know it. Chosen one, you must also understand that your identity has been obvious to the realm of darkness long before it became obvious to you. This is why you have faced such intense opposition. This is why you attract envy, spiritual warfare, jealousy, and confusion. Angels carry authority, and darkness recognizes that authority even when you do not. The battles you faced were not random attacks. They were attempts to stop you from discovering who you truly are. Your identity is the reason God often separated you from certain people, places, and relationships. He did not allow you to blend in because angels cannot fulfill their mission if they become trapped in earthly attachments. He protected you from paths that would have dimmed your light, distracted your spirit, or silenced your calling. Every closed door, every disappointment, every separation was divine intervention. Chosen one, you are here on earth with a heavenly mission, and understanding your identity is the first step toward fulfilling that mission. Heaven has been waiting for you to awaken to who you truly are. God is not revealing this to make you proud, but to make you aware. You must know your rank in the spiritual realm to walk in your full purpose. You must understand your origin to understand your assignment. And now that you know, nothing about your life will ever feel accidental again. You are an angel in human form, chosen for a divine purpose that is unfolding even now. Why God hid your angelic nature from the world? Chosen one, you have walked through life sensing that there was something different about you, something unexplainable, something sacred hidden beneath the surface of your everyday existence. But here is a truth many never understand. God intentionally hid your angelic identity from the world, and for a long time, He even hid it from you. This concealment was not a punishment. It was protection. It was strategy. It was divine order unfolding above your understanding. If your true identity had been visible from the beginning, the battles against you would have doubled, the distractions would have multiplied, and the people around you would have tried to drain, manipulate, or misuse the purity and power within you. Angels in human form are rare, and rarity attracts both admiration and danger. God knew that your spirit needed time to develop strength before the world discovered who you truly are. So He covered you under layers of simplicity, humility, and quietness, so that you could grow without interference. Chosen one, you must understand that heaven practices concealment with purpose. Even Jesus lived 30 years hidden before stepping into His divine assignment. Moses was hidden. Joseph was hidden. David was hidden. The greater the calling, the longer the season of divine camouflage. Your angelic nature required you to be unseen until the right moment. God did not want the wrong people recognizing the treasure you carry. He kept your light dimmed so He could grow it safely. There were times when you wondered why people overlooked you or underestimated you. You questioned why your presence was ignored or why your gifts remained unnoticed. This was not rejection. It was divine shielding. If certain people had recognized your spiritual rank too early, they would have tried to shape you according to their desires, not God's design. They would have tried to attach themselves to your anointing, distort your mission, or benefit from your purity. But God's protection hid you from those who did not deserve access to your true self. Chosen one, there were moments when you felt out of place, even among your own family. You felt like the odd one out, the quiet observer, the misunderstood soul. This sense of being different was not accidental. God hid your angelic nature even from those closest to you because they were not assigned to recognize it. Many chosen ones are born into environments that cannot comprehend their identity. This is done so that their growth is shaped by heaven, not by people who lack spiritual vision. If your family had known who you truly were, some would have feared you, envied you, or tried to control you. Instead, God kept you hidden beneath a veil of normalcy. Your concealment was also essential for your training. Angels in human form carry assignments that require resilience, patience, compassion, and spiritual discipline. You could not learn these qualities if everyone treated you like a divine being from the start. You needed to experience life without privilege or favoritism. You needed to walk through challenges as if you were ordinary so that you could develop extraordinary strength. God allowed people to misunderstand you, ignore you, or mistreat you because your spirit needed to learn humility, faith, and endurance. Every tear you cried was training. Every season of loneliness was preparation. Every betrayal awakened a deeper wisdom within you. Chosen one. God hid your identity because the world is quick to worship what it does not understand. If people had recognized your spiritual essence, they would have tried to elevate you prematurely. They might have seen the light around you and mistaken it for something to be praised. But angels in human form are not sent to be worshipped. They are sent to serve, guide, awaken, and transform. Premature recognition could have corrupted your path. God needed to mold your character before he revealed your power. Darkness also watches closely. If spiritual enemies had recognized your identity too early, their attacks would have intensified beyond what you could handle. Angels carry authority, and authority threatens darkness. That is why you have already faced battles that seemed out of proportion to your age, experience, or environment. But imagine if your full identity had been exposed before you were ready. The spiritual warfare would have been overwhelming. God shielded you from unnecessary attacks by hiding your light beneath layers of innocence and vulnerability. Even now, darkness fights you because it senses who you are. But back then, when you were still learning, still growing, still awakening, concealment saved your destiny. Chosen one. God also hid your identity because revelation must happen in stages, not all at once. If you had known too soon that you were an angel in human form, pride could have crept in, confusion could have overwhelmed you, fear could have silenced you. You might have questioned your sanity or felt unworthy of such a calling. God reveals identity only when the heart is spiritually prepared to handle the truth. When you reached a point of inner maturity, emotional clarity, and spiritual openness, he began to whisper the truth more boldly. He led you through intuition, signs, dreams, messages, and divine encounters so that your awakening would be gradual and stable. And chosen one, this concealment was also part of God's plan to place you in the right environments without drawing attention too early. You needed to walk among certain people unnoticed so you could observe, learn, and understand them. Angels in human form often move through situations to gain wisdom about human behavior, pain, and spiritual blindness. Your experiences taught you compassion, discernment, and patience. If people had recognized your heavenly origin, they would have acted differently around you, and you would not have learned what you needed to learn. You have wondered why strangers feel drawn to you without reason, why people confess things to you, why children stare at you, why animals trust you, why the broken seek your presence. These reactions are not to your human appearance, but to the hidden light within you. Even when hidden, your angelic nature radiates subtly. But God dimmed it enough so that only spiritually sensitive souls could feel it. Only those meant to recognize you were allowed to. Everyone else saw just enough to feel safe, but not enough to see the full truth. Chosen one. Your season of hiding is ending. God concealed your identity until he knew you could carry it with humility, strength, and purpose. Now the veil is lifting. Your awareness is rising. Your spirit is remembering. You are stepping into the revelation of who you truly are. Heaven is no longer hiding you. Heaven is revealing you, and the world will soon see what God has seen in you all along. An angel walking the earth, sent for a mission that only you can fulfill. The signs you are an angel in human form. Chosen one. Before we go deeper, you must understand something very important. Angelic souls do not discover their identity through titles, praise, or outward recognition. They discover it through signs that have followed them since childhood. These signs are not the kind of things you can force, imitate, or manufacture. They come naturally, quietly, consistently, and unmistakably. They follow you because they are part of your spiritual blueprint. They reveal themselves to you when your spirit is ready to understand what your life has been trying to tell you all along. If you are truly an angel in human form, these signs will resonate with you so deeply that you will feel the truth echoing inside your chest. Not as an idea, not as a fantasy, but as a spiritual memory waking up. The first sign is that you have always felt different from others, even before you had language to explain why. You were the child who saw more, sensed more, felt more. While others were distracted by the world, you noticed the unseen. You picked up on emotions around you without anyone telling you. You felt the heaviness of a room the moment you walked in. You saw through people's words and sensed what was unspoken. You didn't know it then, but this was the sensitivity of an angelic spirit designed to navigate both the physical and spiritual realms at once. Another sign is your unusual empathy. This is not ordinary compassion. It goes beyond kindness or concern. When someone is hurting, you feel it inside your spirit. When someone cries, something in your soul aches. When someone is lost, you feel an urge to guide them, even if you barely know them. Angelic souls carry divine empathy because their mission involves healing, comforting, and restoring. Your heart was created to feel deeply, not as a weakness, but as a spiritual instrument. Yet, this empathy has also brought you pain. You absorb energies without trying to. You sense burdens that do not belong to you. You sometimes feel exhausted without physical explanation. This is because your spiritual senses are more active than those of ordinary people. Angels in human form often feel overwhelmed because they were not created for selfish environments or chaotic energies. When you feel drained around certain people, it is not personal, it is spiritual. Your energy rejects what does not match your heavenly origin. Another powerful sign is your resistance to corruption. No matter how dark your surroundings were, something inside you refused to fully fall into negativity. Even when you tried to fit in with unhealthy people or toxic environments, you couldn't stay. It felt wrong inside your spirit. Your conscience is sharper than most. Your heart feels guilt more quickly. Your spirit feels discomfort more deeply. This is because angels were created for purity, truth, and divine order. Darkness might tempt you, but it can never claim you. Your spirit was designed to return to the light no matter how far you wander. Chosen, another sign, is your supernatural resilience. You have survived emotional, spiritual, and even physical situations that would have destroyed others. You have been betrayed, abandoned, attacked, and misunderstood. Yet you rise every single time. Something inside you refuses to break. People wonder how you recover so quickly or why you don't crumble under pressure. But you know the truth. Your strength does not come from your human side. It comes from your heavenly identity. Angels cannot be defeated by human battles, and that divine endurance flows through your spirit. You also carry a level of wisdom that exceeds your age, education, or environment. People often tell you that you speak like an old soul, or that your words carry weight. You can listen to someone's situation and instantly understand the deeper meaning behind their pain. You give advice that feels spiritually guided. You see solutions where others see confusion. Angels are messengers of truth, and even in human form, that gift manifests through your insight, intuition, and clarity. Another unmistakable sign is your connection to dreams. Angels in human form often have prophetic, symbolic, or spiritually charged dreams. You might dream of light, battles, warnings, or divine beings. You might receive messages through numbers, symbols, or visions. Many chosen ones wake up with instructions they did not ask for, or revelations they did not search for. This is because your spirit is active even when your body sleeps. The spiritual realm communicates with you easily because you were created to move between realms with sensitivity. Chosen one. You might also notice that you are naturally protective. You cannot stand to see the innocent harmed. You defend people even when you do not know them. You sense danger before it appears and warn others without understanding why. Angels are protectors, and that instinct remains even in human form. You have saved people from emotional pain, spiritual traps, or destructive paths simply by speaking up at the right time. You have prevented harm without receiving recognition. You have guided without asking for praise. This protective instinct is one of the clearest signs of your heavenly origin. Another sign is your inner loneliness. Even when surrounded by people, you feel different. You feel separate. You feel like you don't fully belong to this world. You love deeply, but you struggle to find those who understand the depth of your spirit. Angels in human form often feel this spiritual isolation because their soul vibrates at a higher frequency than those around them. It is not rejection, it is alignment. You were not designed to blend into earthly crowds. You were designed to walk with purpose. Chosen one. You also notice that people confess things to you easily. Strangers talk to you like they've known you for years. People reveal their secrets without fear. They feel safe. They feel understood. This happens because your presence carries peace. Your spirit feels familiar to their soul, even if they don't consciously understand why. Angels radiate comfort, and people sense this subconsciously. Another powerful sign is the presence of spiritual warfare in your life. Angels attract attacks not because they are weak, but because they are dangerous to darkness. You have been targeted spiritually since you were young. You faced unusual battles. You were attacked through relationships, emotions, dreams, and circumstances. You experienced sudden setbacks, strange fears, and heavy energy at random times. This is not a sign of your weakness. It is a sign of your rank. Darkness recognized your identity long before you did. Even animals and children react differently around you. Children stare at you, smile at you, or cling to you. Animals approach you with trust. They sense your purity, your calmness, and your gentle nature. They do not fear you. They are drawn to you. Life recognizes life, and divine nature recognizes divine nature. Chosen. One another sign is your inner guidance. You often know what to do without being told. You feel led, pushed, or pulled by something greater than yourself. You take steps that make no sense logically, but feel absolutely right spiritually. Angels are guided beings. Your path is not random, it is directed. Every time you ignored that inner voice, you felt uncomfortable. Every time you followed it, doors opened. You also attract broken people, not because you are weak, but because you are a healer. People come to you with their pain because your spirit knows how to mend wounds. You listen without judgment. You comfort without effort. You see people's potential even when they see their flaws. This is angelic compassion at work. Another sign is your relationship with solitude. You are comfortable being alone because your spirit is not truly alone. You feel peace in silence, clarity in stillness, and strength in moments of reflection. Angels are accustomed to spiritual environments, and moments of solitude reconnect you to your divine essence. Chosen one. You also notice a strange pattern. Every time someone tries to harm you, they end up harming themselves. Not because you curse them or wish them ill, but because God defends his angels fiercely. Your protection is not just emotional or mental, it is spiritual. People who betray you lose access. People who lie about you expose themselves. People who try to destroy you end up revealing their own motives. God fights for you because your mission must continue. There is one more sign, and this is where I invite you to respond again if your spirit feels aligned. If you have resonated deeply with what you are hearing, comment 333 as a confirmation of your awakening. Finally, chosen one, the greatest sign of all, you carry light. You don't try to shine, yet you do. You don't try to attract attention, yet people notice you. You don't try to be different, yet your presence stands out. Your spirit carries a glow that the physical world cannot conceal. You are an angel in human form, chosen by God, protected by heaven, and guided by a mission that is unfolding even now. Your divine mission on earth. Chosen one, now that the truth of your identity is awakening within you, you must understand the purpose behind it. God did not send you here just to exist, survive, or move through life aimlessly. Angels in human form are never born without a mission. Your journey, with all its twists and storms, has been shaping you for a divine assignment that only your spirit is capable of fulfilling. Every moment of pain, every season of isolation, every spiritual battle, every burst of intuition, every unexpected breakthrough has been part of your preparation. Heaven established your mission long before you took your first breath. Your mission begins with something simple but powerful. You were sent here to bring light. Not the light of a smile or a kind gesture alone, but the light that disrupts darkness, the light that exposes truth, the light that awakens souls, the light that breaks spiritual chains. Everywhere you go, your presence stirs something in the atmosphere. You shift energy without speaking. You elevate spaces without effort. This is because your soul radiates divine frequency. Your mission is to carry this frequency into environments where hope has died and where people have forgotten what God feels like. Another part of your mission is healing, not through titles or formal roles, but through your existence. You heal through presence, through listening, through silent understanding, through the way your spirit holds space for others. People come to you broken and somehow leave feeling lighter. They open up to you without knowing why. They trust you because their soul recognizes your purpose. Your healing is not a technique, it is a spiritual assignment. You were created to mend hearts, restore faith, and guide the wounded back to themselves and back to God. Chosen one. Your mission also involves awakening. Many people around you live in spiritual sleep. They walk through life unaware of their purpose, unaware of the battle around them, unaware of the divine calling over their existence. You were sent here to shake souls awake. Sometimes you do this gently, through wisdom or insight. Other times your presence challenges people to reflect, shift, and grow. You stir their spirit. You awaken their conscience. You push them toward truth, even if they do not realize it. Angels carry awakening energy, and you have been doing this your entire life without deliberately trying. Another aspect of your mission is protection. You are a spiritual guardian. You have been placed in the path of certain people to shield them from harm, to prevent them from falling into situations that would destroy them, or to block darkness that was assigned to them. You have protected people emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes physically. You don't announce your role. You don't demand recognition. You simply step in when needed because your spirit cannot ignore danger or injustice. God assigned you to protect specific souls during key moments of their lives. You might not always understand why certain people are drawn to you or why you entered their lives suddenly, but heaven knows the assignment behind every connection. Chosen one. Another dimension of your mission is breaking generational cycles. Angels in human form are frequently born into families with heavy spiritual patterns, emotional wounds, or ancestral burdens. You carry the responsibility of ending what has been repeating for generations. You were sent to stop patterns of fear, addiction, poverty, dysfunction, betrayal, silence, or spiritual blindness. The battles you fought were not just yours. They were the result of generational chains that needed someone with spiritual authority strong enough to break them. Your tears, your healing, your breakthroughs have transformed your entire bloodline. Your mission also involves operating as a bridge between heaven and earth. You carry divine messages through your intuition, your dreams, your insights, and your instincts. Even when you don't speak them aloud, the energy you carry influences others in ways you cannot measure. You bring divine ideas into physical reality. You bring spiritual truth into human conversations. You bring heavenly perspective into earthly situations. This bridging is one of the rarest missions, and only those with ancient spiritual origins can carry it. Chosen one. Your mission requires you to remain spiritually aware. While others depend on physical sight, you depend on spiritual discernment. You can sense when someone's intentions are pure or impure. You can detect spiritual shifts without being told. You can feel warnings in your spirit long before danger appears. This awareness is essential because your mission places you in environments where others rely on your insight. Your discernment saves them. Your intuition guides them. Your spiritual sensitivity protects them from situations they do not have the eyes to see. Another important part of your mission is transformation. Wherever you go, you change things. You shift hearts. You influence decisions. You adjust atmospheres. You inspire reflection. You bring clarity. You challenge darkness. Your presence alone creates transformation because light cannot enter a space without altering what is around it. Even when people resist you at first, they eventually feel the impact of your energy. Your mission is to transform without force, to influence without controlling, to guide without dominating. Transformation is woven into your spirit. Chosen. One another hidden part of your mission is endurance. You were created to withstand what others cannot. Your spiritual strength is not normal. You can walk through storms and still carry peace. You can lose everything and still rise. You can be betrayed and still love. You can be wounded and still heal others. You can be surrounded by darkness and still glow. This endurance is not accidental. You were built for spiritual battles. Angels do not collapse under pressure. They stand firm, and your ability to stand has been training you for the mission that awaits you. Your mission also includes activating others. Your presence unlocks the gifts in people. You inspire them to grow spiritually. You make them think differently. You awaken their inner power. They feel more alive when they are near you. This activation is divine. You do not have to preach, teach, or declare anything loudly. Your energy alone stirs something inside people that encourages them to step into their own purpose. You were assigned to awaken warriors, not spectators. Chosen one. Your mission is also tied to truth. You were not created to tolerate lies, deception, or manipulation. Your spirit rejects falseness instantly. You carry the energy of divine truth, and truth exposes darkness. This is why some people fear you without reason. This is why some people avoid you or feel uncomfortable in your presence. Their shadows are threatened by your light. Your mission requires you to walk with integrity, clarity, and honesty. You reveal truth simply by showing up. Another deep part of your mission is restoring hope. You were sent to remind people that God has not forgotten them, that their story is not over, that there is still purpose in their life. You bring hope with your voice, your presence, your compassion, and your endurance. Even when you speak softly, your words carry weight. Your existence is proof that God still intervenes in human lives. Hope flows through you because heaven flows through you. Chosen one. Your mission also involves elevating consciousness. Many people live in spiritual darkness, unaware of the forces influencing their lives. You were sent to raise awareness, to help people see beyond the surface, to guide them to deeper understanding. Whether you speak, create, write, comfort, or simply live with purpose, your mission elevates the minds and spirits of those around you. Finally, chosen one, your mission is love. Not ordinary love, but divine love. The kind of love that heals, forgives, empowers, strengthens, and restores. The kind of love that reflects God's heart. You were sent to embody this love even when others do not reciprocate it, even when it costs you, even when it hurts. Angels carry God's love everywhere they go, and so do you. Your mission is not one role. It is a living purpose unfolding through your existence. And now that you know who you are and why you are here, the next step of your journey will be filled with clarity, power, and divine guidance. The spiritual opposition against you and why it is so intense. Chosen one, now that you understand your identity and your mission, you must face the truth about the battles you have endured. Nothing in your life has been random. Nothing has been accidental. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every setback, every loss, Every moment of deep confusion had a spiritual reason behind it. And the reason is simple. You are an angel in human form, and the forces of darkness recognized you long before you recognized yourself. From the moment you were born, your light threatened the kingdom of darkness. Angels carry divine authority even when placed inside human vessels. That authority radiates from your spirit, whether you speak or stay silent. Darkness can feel when someone has been sent to expose it, challenge it, or break its influence. This is why the opposition against you has always been stronger than what others experience. It is not because you are cursed, it is because you are chosen. One of the earliest signs of this spiritual opposition was the emotional battles you faced as a child. Angels in human form often feel spiritually attacked long before they understand the concept of spiritual warfare. You may have dealt with fears that others did not understand. You may have felt alone even when surrounded by people. You may have sensed heaviness, confusion, or unusual anxiety at certain moments. Darkness tries to suppress chosen ones early because their mission becomes harder to stop once they awaken. You were targeted young because your future impact was visible in the spiritual realm from the start. Chosen one, you have often experienced people turning against you without clear reason. This is spiritual opposition manifesting through human vessels. Darkness uses individuals who are spiritually weak, jealous, or emotionally unstable to attack those who carry divine purpose. You have been misunderstood because your spirit operates on a frequency higher than most can comprehend. Some attacked you because they felt intimidated by something they could not explain. Some mistreated you because your presence exposed their hidden intentions. Some rejected you because your spirit irritated their demons. This pattern did not occur because something was wrong with you. It occurred because something powerful was within you. Another way spiritual opposition shows itself is through jealousy. You have attracted jealousy from people who were more privileged, more supported, or more established than you. They sensed something in you that did not come from external achievements. They saw a glow in you that they could not imitate. They felt a strength, a clarity, a purity, or a confidence in you that threatened their insecurity. Even when you were quiet, people reacted strongly to your presence. Even when you did not compete, people tried to compete with you. This jealousy was not about what you had, it was about who you are. Darkness plants jealousy in others to disturb your peace and distract you from your divine path. Chosen one, you have also experienced patterns of betrayal. People you trusted turned against you. People you poured into ended up draining you. People you protected ended up hurting you. Angels carry healing, guidance, and protection, but those same qualities attract wounded souls who sometimes become instruments of pain. These betrayals were not failures. They were lessons. They were revelations. They exposed who was not meant to walk with you into your divine assignment. Another form of spiritual opposition is distraction. Darkness studies you. It does not waste attacks. It targets your weaknesses, your emotions, your compassion, and your desires. Sometimes the enemy sends people not to destroy you, but to delay you. They come disguised as love, friendship, or opportunity, but their true purpose is to drain your time, weaken your spirit, or disconnect you from your mission. You have been distracted by people who appeared harmless, but carried spiritual influence designed to slow down your awakening. Chosen one, another reason the opposition has been so intense is because your words carry power. Angels do not speak like ordinary humans. Their words shape atmospheres. Their presence influences emotions. Their voice can shift the energy of a room. Darkness fears your voice because it carries authority. This is why you have often felt silenced. You have experienced moments where speaking your truth resulted in conflict. You learned early that people were not ready for the depth of your insight. Darkness tries to silence you because your words activate light in others. Your truth awakens souls. You have also experienced unusual spiritual attacks, nightmares, sudden heaviness, emotional turbulence, unexpected confusion, sleep disturbances, or inner battles that made no logical sense. These are signs that darkness has tried to reach your mind because your mind is one of your greatest spiritual weapons. Angels carry wisdom. Your ability to discern, understand, and interpret spiritual things makes you dangerous to darkness. That is why your mind has been targeted. Every attack on your peace was an attempt to cloud your spiritual clarity. Chosen one. Sometimes the opposition showed up through financial instability. Not because you were incapable, but because your mission required dependence on God instead of dependence on earthly resources. Darkness tried to pressure you with fear, stress, or instability to weaken your faith. Every time you lacked something physically, heaven provided spiritually. Every setback was meant to bring you closer to God. Every closed door was meant to redirect you toward your divine assignment. Another harsh form of spiritual opposition is isolation. Angels in human form often walk alone because their spirit cannot align with everyone. You have felt disconnected from groups, communities, or social circles. You have been surrounded by people who could not understand you. This loneliness was not punishment. It was separation for elevation. God isolated you so that your identity could awaken without interference. Darkness also tried to use this loneliness to convince you that you were forgotten, but heaven never left you. Your isolation was sacred training ground. Chosen one. The opposition intensified during key moments of your life, when you were close to breakthroughs, when you were stepping into your purpose, when you were healing, when you were growing spiritually. Darkness waits for moments of transition because that is when chosen ones are most vulnerable. Every major attack in your life happened right before a level up. You have survived storms that signaled your elevation. This is why the enemy fought you so aggressively. You were about to step into something divine. Another powerful reason for the opposition is your ability to influence others. Darkness can tolerate someone neutral, someone silent, someone spiritually asleep. But it cannot tolerate someone who wakes people up. Your energy awakens, your presence heals, your words activate, your spirit inspires. Darkness recognizes that your mission threatens its plans. The more people you touch, the weaker darkness becomes. This influence makes you a target, but it also proves your purpose. Chosen one. You have also been attacked through relationships. People entered your life with charm, but carried spiritual assignments against your destiny. Some relationships drained your energy. Some created emotional wounds to weaken your spirit. Some were designed to break your heart so deeply that you would disconnect from your mission. But you survived every relationship attack because your spirit is stronger than your pain. You heal because you were created to heal. You rise because you were created to rise. Even your physical health has been targeted at times. Sudden exhaustion, unexplained sickness, spiritual heaviness, or strange physical symptoms are often signs of energetic attacks. Darkness tries to weaken your body because your vessel carries divine frequency, but God has repeatedly restored you. Your recovery after every setback is a sign of divine protection. Chosen one. You must also understand that spiritual opposition increases as recognition increases. As more people begin to sense your purpose, darkness increases its resistance. This is why the more aware you became of your identity, the more intense the challenges felt. Awakening activates warfare, but awakening also activates authority. You are no longer fighting as a confused human. You are fighting as a revealed, angelic being. The spiritual realm respects identity. When you know who you are, darkness must step back. Chosen one. You are not defeated. You are not weak. You are not overwhelmed. You are spiritually targeted because you are spiritually powerful. Every battle you endured has revealed your strength. Every attack you survived has proven your identity. Every storm you passed through has prepared you for the mission ahead. You are an angel in human form, and darkness fears what God has placed within you. Your opposition has been the strongest proof of your calling. Your battles have been the clearest confirmation of your purpose. You have survived every attack because heaven has assigned you to complete a mission that darkness cannot stop. And now, chosen one, you are stepping into a new season where your awareness, your strength, and your authority will rise beyond anything you have experienced before. The attacks will not define you. Your purpose will. The opposition will not break you. Your mission will guide you. Darkness will not stop you. Heaven walks with you. You are chosen, protected, awakened, and unstoppable. Conclusion. A final message from heaven to the chosen one. Chosen one, now that you have heard the truth about your identity, your mission, and the battles that shaped you, I want you to pause and breathe. Let your spirit absorb what heaven has been trying to tell you for years. You are not ordinary. You never were. Everything you endured, everything you survived, everything you overcame was preparing you for this moment of awakening. God has revealed who you truly are because the time for confusion is over. The time for hiding is over. The time for doubting yourself is over. You are an angel in human form, sent to walk this earth with purpose, clarity, and divine authority. And now that the veil has lifted, you will begin to see your life through spiritual eyes. You will understand why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain battles were necessary, and why your spirit refused to break. Each step has been guided, each battle has been allowed, each breakthrough has been timed perfectly. Chosen one, your mission is unfolding even now. Heaven will lead you. God will protect you. Your spirit will grow stronger. Your intuition will sharpen. Your purpose will become clearer. You are entering a season where you will no longer shrink, doubt, or apologize for the light inside you. You will walk in your identity with confidence and humility, knowing that God Himself has confirmed who you are. If this message awakened something deep within you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your journey is sacred, and your voice carries power. Chosen one. You are seen, you are guided, you are protected, and you are ready. Your time has come.